BASF. Company history 1965-1989. On its 100th anniversary in 1965, BASF is already on its way to becoming a transnational company. With the launch of production sites abroad and further investments in the US, the company is strengthening its presence in highly industrialized countries and markets worldwide. An ever greater priority is given to securing raw material supplies and expanding its portfolio to include consumer and higher quality products. 1965. The company's strategy moves increasingly towards a focus on more highly refined products. BASF acquires Glasier@Work M. Winkelmann AG, a leading coatings company. The takeover lays the foundation for BASF's development into Europe's largest coatings producer in subsequent years. Left. In the realm of chemistry, Im Reiche der Chemie, publication on the occasion of BASF's 100th anniversary. 1966. BASF's magnetic tape factory in Willstadt, Germany, begins operating in 1966. It produces audio and video cassettes, electronic storage media, and printing plates for the graphics industry. In Barcelona, BASF Española S.A. is founded. In 1969 it takes on the production of styropor in Tarragona. Today, Tarragona is one of BASF's most important sites in Europe. In addition to styropor, it produces dispersions, catalysts, agricultural pesticides, and UP resins. In 2003, one of the world's largest propane dehydrogenation plants goes into operation in Tarragona. 1967. Phthalic anhydride, an important precursor for plasticizers, is produced in 1967 by a new continuous process, namely based on ozone instead of naphthalene as a raw material. 1968. BASF's pharmaceutical activities begin with the acquisition of Nordmark. In 1975, the acquisition of Knoll AG broadens its involvement. 1969. The merger with Wintershall AG, one of Germany's oldest oil and gas companies, gives BASF access to its own petrochemical feedstocks as of 1969. BASF acquires the Wyandotte Chemicals Corporation in Wyandotte, Michigan, with major plants in Wyandotte and in Geismar, Louisiana, to strongly expand its U.S. operations. Combined with the expertise at BASF, the American company's strong position in chemical raw materials and polyurethane chemistry opens the door to refinement chemical activities that lead to lucrative products, such as agricultural pesticides and organic intermediate products. The simultaneous acquisition of the Elastogran Group in Europe, 100% stake acquired in 1971, paves the way for BASF's entry into polyurethanes, foamed plastics that are used widely in automotive production, as well as in sports and leisure items. The engineering plastics portfolio is expanded. At Ultraform GmbH, founded together with Degussa in 1969, the production of acetyl copolymer begins in 1971. Ultraform is suitable for all applications in which rigidity, accuracy, and plenty of friction and deterioration play a big role. Since 1974, it has been part of Playmobil figures in heavily used parts, such as hip joints and hands. 1970, vitamin production begins in Ludwigshafen. 1974, BASF's first wastewater treatment plant goes into operation in Ludwigshafen. Another important step in weed control, the herbicide Basagran, is launched onto the market. 1976. The Northern Inland Port is opened in 1976. As a transfer point for combustible liquids such as naphtha, methanol, and gases liquefied under pressurized conditions, it is of major importance to BASF. Now, 20 riverboats are checked in here daily at landing places directly on the Rhine River. 1977. A plant in Ludwigshafen starts producing acrylic acid derived from polypropylene. The new facility replaces a previously used method of rep chemistry based on acetylene and leads to a breakthrough for process technology. In 2014, BASF is the world market leader in pure acrylic acid and acrylic esters. They are the raw materials for a wide variety of applications and end products, ranging from coatings to adhesives, water treatment products and plastics, to detergents and textile fibers. Acrylic acid is found in the form of polyacrylate, as well in superabsorbent diapers. 1978, BASF acquires 100% of Dow Badish Chemical Company. This broadens the base for further expanding BASF's chemical operations and its fiber business, which was considerable in North America at the time. 1980, one of BASF's largest single investments in Ludwigshafen goes into operation. The steam cracker 2 costs 400 million German marks. Like steam cracker I completed in 1965, steam cracker 2 generates the key products ethylene and propylene from straight-run gasoline, naphtha. BASF establishes a joint venture in South Korea with Hyosung. It takes on the production of styropor in 1982 and polystyrol in 1985. In 1988, a second joint venture is set up to make MDI, a polyurethane preliminary product. 1982, the development of BASF's fragrance products, plants that use proprietary BASF processes to make citronellol and hydroxycitronellol go into operation in Ludwigshafen in 1982. These substances are used for fragrance ingredients in soaps and detergents. 1984. In 1984, Hungary becomes the first European state-controlled economy in which BASF invests. Chemipu GmbH, a joint venture by the BASF group member Elastigran GmbH and Hungarian partners, produces polyurethane components. Elastigran acquires a majority stake in 1991. In the same year, BASF Hungaria Kft. is founded as an independent distribution company. 1985. At the turn of 1985-86, BASF's activities in North America are consolidated in BASF Corporation, a new group company. 1986. The aim of modern personnel policies is to achieve a better balance between work and family life. In 1986, BASF introduces its Parent and Child program to enable employees to take extended parental leave after the birth of a child. In the following years, BASF steadily expands its commitment. Nurseries and childcare, part-time and flexible working schedules facilitate a work-life balance. 1987, BASF is a pioneer in the biocatalytic production of vitamin B2. In 1987, a procedure becomes available. 3 years later, the chemical synthesis of vitamin B2 is replaced by the fermentative process at the Ludwigshafen site. One advantage is that it uses renewable resources. Since 2003, BASF has been producing vitamin B2 at its site in Gunsan, South Korea, using this procedure. The additive for animal food, Lutavit B2, is one of its main uses. 1984. In 1984, Hungary becomes the first European state-controlled economy in which BASF invests. Chemipu GmbH, a joint venture by the BASF group member Elastigran GmbH and Hungarian partners, produces polyurethane components. Elastigran acquires a majority stake in 1991. In the same year, BASF Hungaria Kft. is founded as an independent distribution company. 1988. In 1988, BASF acquires the polymer dispersion business of Polysar Limited, a Canadian company with production sites primarily in North America. Polymer dispersions are used, among other things, as a binder for the production of coated papers and cartons, for adhesives and coating materials, in the construction industry, and for a variety of special uses. A major investment for environmental protection, the flue gas desulfurization facility for the coal-powered central power plant in Ludwigshafen goes into operation. The second part of the facility, a system for removing nitrogen oxides, is added in 1990. 1989. the new environmental monitoring center goes into operation at the Ludwigshafen site.